Welcome back to Fourth and Troll Fantasy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Fourth and Troll Fantasy, most entertaining fantasy show on the planet. My name is Noah Selby.
And I'm Wes Selby.
And we got waivers for you. Week 7. Can you fucking believe that shit, dude? It's
feels
week
like it's
7 of fantasy
Just
football.
a little bit. We're halfway
I know.
there already.
I'm like, we're halfway to the point of fantasy playoffs starting. Goodness gracious. This is crazy.
That's stupid.
And it's important as ever that we're talking about waivers. So we've got, believe it or not, 20 players to talk about today on this short video for you. Going to go over the waiver priorities, talk about quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end, who is worth picking up and who you can leave to the wayside. Wes, anything before we start? Like, subscribe, ring the bell, and join the Discord.
Make sure you do that.
And come back next week. Wes is going to be
Please
a
do.
button lower every single video for the rest of the year.
Check it out.
That
At least for
includes
this week.
pants. All right. Let's jump into quarterbacks here, Wes. We got 5 quarterbacks. I want you to rank 1 through 5. These 5 quarterbacks, where do we need to be prioritizing these 5 players? He's a repeat offender on this list. And I hope people listen soon because I don't know what more you need to see. But we got Sam Darnold, who's only 51% rostered. Goodness gracious. Jackson Dart, Jacoby Brissett, Bryce Young, and Joe Flacco. 1 through 5, those guys for me, Wes. Who would you do and who would you not?
I would definitely do Sam Darnold.
Me too. I got a thing for redheads, bro.
I know that for sure. And I will say that Darnold shouldn't be in our waiver wire segment anymore because this is, I think, our 3rd week that we've talked about Darnold being a waiver wire option. So I don't know why.
And every time we've been like, he's good, and
he's the number 1
game after that, he's like, I'm good.
He's still good.
Yeah,
because Jackson Smith and Jigba is amazing. So
holy crap.
Number 2, I'm gonna go with Jackson Dart. Now, I think Jackson Dart is gonna have some down games like he did against the Saints, but he is showing that he wants to use his legs to win, and he wants to put his body on the line to score on rushing touchdowns, and I love that for fantasy value. And so I'm gonna put Dart as number 2. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Flacco, just because I like the receivers a little better than I like the receivers for Bryce Young and then Jacoby Brissett in that order, just because I don't know how long we're going to have Brissett. It might be next week, might be the week after that as well. But Brissett, with all due respect, there's a reason he is the backup and everyone else is the starter for the team. So as nice as it is to see, Bryce Young and the Panthers get 2 wins in a row, still need some more consistency for who that wide receiver is. If Tetsuo McMillan can continue to get 2 touchdowns, that'd be really nice. But
dude, it was so annoying because it's like he's been this 9 target guy, just 9, 10, 11, 12 targets to start his rookie season. And then it's like, Ted had a 2 touchdown game. Oh my gosh. So what? He had 35 points? No, he scored 17 because he caught 2 passes and they were both touchdowns. And it's like,
yeah, annoying.
What? Why did combine the 2? Give me
Yes.
Give me 80 for 75 and 2 touchdowns. That's what I want. Disappointing.
Oh wow.
But I agree. That's my order as well. Running backs, Wes, just 2 fellas to talk about here. 2 silly guys. We get a report Sunday morning that Hassan Haskins is going to be the top back. Nope.
So I started
whatever.
him.
Yeah, I started him in a dynasty league. I was like, nice. All right, well, Kamani Vidal, he had a great week. Even with the Omarion Hampton injury 2 weeks ago, still only 45% rostered. And we have Bam Knight, Zonovan Bam Knight, Wes, as well. We hear Sunday morning, a couple of Sunday morning guys here. We hear Sunday morning that Bam Knight is going to start over Michael Carter. Okay? Only 2 running backs really of note. Wes, as of right now, we're recording this before the Monday Night Football games, so could be some things there. Join the Discord because we'll talk about that there if there is. But 2 guys, Wes, Kamani Vidal and Bam Knight. What do you got?
Yeah, it's pretty much in that order as Vidal, then Knight, for obvious reasons. Now, I will go ahead and add the important note that I do not think we are going to see Omarion Hampton very much the rest of the entire fantasy football season. There were questions if Omarion Hampton was even going to miss the rest of the year. So if Vidal is available, he is absolutely the top waiver wire option just across the board. But I'd even go that far to say, see if you can find someone that thinks this is a one off and try to just get an easy trade deal because Hampton might not be back until week 14. I mean, the way they're talking about he could be gone for a long time. So Trey Benson will be back at some point for the Cardinals. So Bam Knight has that. And Michael Carter did have a good game the week before that as well. So there's still some confusion there. But I think Vidal is absolutely the guy to go for.
I agree. Jumping over to wide receivers, 6 guys here, Wes. Sorry, 7 guys here. 6, 7. I hate myself. Anyways, so
because you got 6 and 7
7 wide receivers to talk about here, Wes. 3 of them from the same team, another 2 from the same team, and then 2 randos. So let's talk about them because the Bucks have like no wide receivers now, sadly. Emeka Egbuka, or as Rob Gronkowski would say it, Emeka Egbegbu. I don't know if you've seen that clip. Go look that up. That's pretty hysterical.
He's a
but
moron.
The Bucks have some wide receivers that, the Bucks have some wide receivers that need to be available for him. And so we've got Sterling Shepard, we've got Tez Johnson, and we've got Cameron Johnson, all from the Bucks. We also have Josh Downs. We have Zay Jones. And then we've got a couple of wide receivers from the Patriots, Kayshon Boutte and Demario Douglas. 7 guys there, Wes. Lots of choices. How do you feel?
I feel like these are very risky to start any of these players.
Every single one of them. Yep, I fully agree.
Really hurting. However, we've got people who are still waiting for CeeDee Lamb to come back. Some of these Migag Bugu owners are ready for somebody to fill in. And Garrett Wilson is going to miss a lot of time. Puka Nacua is going to miss a lot of time. Maybe not a lot of time. He did come back to that game, but if you're not certain you're going to get Nacua, there's a lot of wide receivers that are taking some punches. And so you might have to start some of these guys. The one that I would be willing to start for sure, I think, is going to be Kayshon Boutte, because this is not the first time he's been in our waiver wire segment. He's been in our Fluko for real before. And I know 5 catches and 5 targets is not a lot, but he's doing something enough times that for the first 2 weeks, we thought he was the wide receiver 1 for Drake May. So I'm going to defer to kind of the 2025 history right now and put Boutte at the top. And then I'm going to go with Josh Downs just because I still really like the guy. I don't think he's going to have a consistent season where you're going to get a lot of points from him, but he's got that upside. He's starting to get a little more involved with Daniel Jones-led offense. And then I'm going to go with Demario Douglas because there's a lot of off-season hype that I'm going to add to the credibility of Demario Douglas. Like, he and Drake May were doing very well together. Douglas did miss some time during off-season, so they're starting to find a bit of a rhythm here, but it's still a long shot for me to start Demario Douglas unless it's a super deep, roster where you got like 2 flex options, 3 wide receivers, or it's a dynasty league, of course. And then I'm gonna go with all the Bucks wide receivers and put Zay Jones last because I just don't trust that Cardinals offense. Who do you order for this Bucks wide receiver room, Noah? Because I would think Sterling Shepard with a veteran would be great, but Tez Johnson had that great touchdown. And then, so I don't know if you feel like you can discern who the best Bucks wide receiver is, or if you just move on to our tight end option that we're going to talk about in a moment here.
I would move on to our tight end option, which is K-Dot, and we'll talk about him in just a little bit. But he, I think, is going to be the one who is the primary beneficiary of the lack of receiving options. If I had to pick one of these wide receivers, I think I would go Tez Johnson, and then I would probably go Sterling Shepard, and then I would go Cameron Johnson. So I would go in that order. I just think Tez Johnson has the opportunity with his speed to any given moment he could break one, or I don't know if you saw the post game, but Baker says they're talking about the seam touchdown to Tez Johnson, and Baker says, yeah, that was supposed to be a crosser. He just saw the seam and took it and threw his hand up. And so
it's pretty cool.
He said for a young guy like that to have that kind of awareness and me to be able to trust him to make that call, then I love it. So I'd go Tez if I had to start one and just hope that he scores a touchdown. So hope that I get 10 points out of it or something like that. But That'd be where I land with those three.
I also like the story I just saw about Tez Johnson. After he caught that touchdown, the whole
Yeah.
stadium
Yeah.
chanting MVP for Baker Mayfield. Tez Johnson goes back to the bench, looks at the other wide receivers like, are they chanting MVP for me? I haven't done anything this season. They're like, no, you idiot. They're
It's
chanting MVP for Baker Mayfield. He goes,
Sterling
oh,
Shepard goes, Baker threw you the pass. Oh, right. Yeah. I haven't done anything this year.
what a
So
clown.
funny. Love it. All right. Let's finish it out with tight ends, Wes. 6 guys. Yeah. 6. Jeez. What a fat waiver wire we have. 6 guys here at the tight end position. AJ Barner, Michael Mayer, Kate Otten, Tyler Higbee, Aronde Gadsden, and Mason Taylor. Those 6 guys, where you at?
Well, we just talked about Kate Otten. I'm going to put him as number 1 because this is what happened last year when Chris Godwin was out and Mike Evans was out, is that Kate Otten was a locked-in starter and was helping people succeed and get to the playoffs. So I'm going to defer to what I've already seen with Baker Mayfield and Kate Otten. Number 2 might be surprised. So I'm going to go with Michael Mayer because this dude was a very high draft pick for the Raiders, and then they decided to still draft Brock Bowers. Now Chip Kelly came in as the offensive coordinator and would not shut up about how good Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers duo is going to be. We've yet to even see that like once because Mayer's been out with a concussion. Brock Bowers been in and out with his knee injuries, but Mayer was treated from the offensive coordinator that he could be a starting tight end, sharing the field with Brock Bowers. They're going to be a great duo like the days we saw with the Patriots organization. So I'm going to go with what I've already seen should Brock Bowers miss more time. But even if you really just need to find anybody, I like what Mayer's got to offer. And then I'm going to go with AJ Barner because we talked about him last week and he's proven it again to still have a double-digit performance. And then I'll go with Higbee because I know he has a little higher ceiling and a safer floor than the rookie Aronde Gadsden, who I do think is very talented, but there are a lot of playmakers. And you still got Loud McConkey, who finally showed up and showed out and destroyed the Dolphins in the last 40 seconds. So that's my order. Otten, then Mayer, Barner, Higbee, and then Gadsden.
Where are you putting Mason Taylor?
Oh, Mason Taylor. I didn't even say his name. Oh, I'm going to put Mason Taylor above Gadsden, but after Higbee. That Jets team, holy crap,
it's so bad.
Man.
Yeah, that Jets team was really bad. Targets have to go somewhere if Garrett Wilson misses time, but I mean, how functional can the offense be? We'll see.
I can't even trust that. I can't even trust that there's not even a single option outside of Mason Taylor that I would still start Mason Taylor. Are we looking at a winless season? That's what my thought is for this Jets team.
It's close.
They're bad, man.
Absolutely close. I like Higbee as well. I think he's a sneaky ad, going to go under the radar, especially because Puka Nacua is probably missing this upcoming week. So if you need a 1-week flex spot or a start for the tight end spot, I think Higbee is probably the way to go if you can't get Otten. So good stuff there. Listen, let us know. 20 players on your waiver wire, letting you know right here on Fourth Patrol Fantasy where they should be, who you should pick up. Join the Discord. Always having fun in there, answering any questions you may have. And like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, let us know who you're prioritizing on the Week 7 waiver wire. And we will see you next time. My name is Noah Selby.
And I'm Wes Selby.
And this has been Fourth and Troll Fantasy.